Well, it's true. It's a sad day indeed. I am being forced. Well, I shouldn't say I'm being forced. I'm choosing to force myself to have only two radios. Now, I don't know if you all know this about me. I'm a little bit of a TS480 fanatic. This is the Kenwood TS480. I've got three of them total. The one I'm never going to sell. It's my original 480 HX that I bought brand new in 2017, I believe it was. It's one of the last ones they made, and that one's just it's so nice. I leave it in the box as more of a keepsake than anything else. But I did get a couple other 480s in the meantime because I do love the 480s and wanted to use them, but I wanted to keep one real nice. So I've got um, two 480 HXs, which are the 200-watt versions, and I have one of the TS480 SAT. That's the one with the internal tuner, but only puts out 100 watts. So, um, doing some POTA activations and stuff like that, getting out and about. And I've been using the 480 SAT, right? I use some ham sticks just on top of a mag mount on top of my truck. Um, I have the resonance pretty darn close on them, all tuned up with my antenna analyzer, but the SAT handles the rest. If there's any other wonky kind of stuff going on, the internal tuner of the 480 SAT takes care of that. I have not done an activation with the TS480 or with the Chigu G90, but over these next couple few weeks, I think I'm going to do exactly that. The G90 has an internal tuner, but only puts out 20 watts. The 480 I've been using my last three activations use the 480 SAT, so I kind of know what to expect with that. I'm not gonna reuse that one again. As much as I like it, it's a great radio. The 480HX, that's going to get a little interesting. I have enough battery to run this thing probably for a couple few hours, so that's not a concern. But tuner wise, um, I got my ham sticks pretty well dialed in, and I don't want to be out in the field adjusting those, right? So I'm tempted to bring, and I was thinking about this, I'm tempted to bring a little tuner along with me if I take the HX out, not if, but when I take the HX out, and just to see how much better having 200 watts versus 100 watts is, and whether or not that is worth the inconvenience of bringing along an external tuner. Now, I don't have any slick device or anything like that to use as a tuner. I'm gonna bring an old like desktop tuner. I have a couple of them laying around, so I'll probably bring the one that's the smallest. But I'm gonna bring a old like roller induction, old school, manual tuner to make it as awful as possible from a convenience standpoint, and see if that extra 100 watts is worth it. I love the TS480HX, I really do, but I also kind of am hoping for the G90 to surprise me a little bit. If I've got to be honest, I would love to have just the one radio do it all, So that kind of brings it down to the G90 and the TS480 SAT, the 100-watt version with the tuner. But I also really love my 480 HXs, and you know, this is cool with the waterfall and all that. You gotta love the display and all the features of it. Super easy to do digital modes, so those are huge pluses on this one. 200 watts, dude. Boom. Right? America. More, right? And then the 480 SAT, which is just clean, simple, and classy. Just does everything except waterfall, right? A little more size with the form factor. With these TS480s, you have to use the base. You have to mount that somewhere, and then you can run your cable for the head unit somewhere else. But man, I don't know. I gotta pick one. Two of these have to go away. So give me your thoughts. Tell me what are you guys pulling for? What are you voting for here in this shootout? This is just what I have. Obviously, there's going to be people that say, "Oh, well, if you had an ICOM 705, then you could sell everything else or whatever other radio. It doesn't matter." These are the three I have: the 480HX 200 watts, the 480 SAT 100 watts with the internal tuner, so plus there. And then I got the G90, which is pretty great at everything, honestly, but only 20 watts. Can I still get some good performance out of that with 20 watts if I'm out doing a POTA activation, camping or whatever else? I want to be able to reach out and touch someone, and that always makes me want to fall back to at least a 100-watt version like the 480 sat here. So I don't know, I'm rambling now for a bunch of minutes. You guys should have stopped me, but drop some comments. Tell me which of these things you would go with, which of these radios you would go with, and why. So all right, I'm looking forward to your comments.